Hello, glad you decided to join me today for this Alabama adventure. Today we go roaming rural Alabama once again. So where we're headed is to a place that you're pretty familiar with. I am too. The weather was beautiful down here today. It's February the 5th or 6th, something like it, and it is about 70 something degrees out there. It's like a spring day. Our weather forecasters here in the state and around have been predicting rain and snow for the last 7 days. They need to leave off the Xanax and pay attention to the radar and that type of stuff. Maybe they'll understand what's going on and can give us a good forecast for a change. But anyway, where we're headed is down to Horseshoe Bend. I want to tell you about the old covered bridge down there. It's pretty interesting. I've got a story or two. You're going to have to bear with me a little bit on some of these videos. They're not as high quality as what we've been doing. We're going through some changes here right now, but we are trying to continue getting our videos out. But just bear with us a little bit and maybe things will get better.
And now, from the tail end of the Appalachian mountain chain in the heart of the South, this is Alabama Adventures.
Okay, we're back down here at Horseshoe Bend again as usual, and I'm sure you're saying, I knew it. Yeah, he just couldn't wait. They did open the park back up, and I've been down here a time or two since they've reopened it, and I've got something that I want to show you. I had been going to do a little video on this, but recently, since the park was shut down or been reopened or sometime another very recent, they put a historical marker down here. Let me show you this right here first. As you can see, there's some pylons out there across the river. That was the original river bridge that was here at Horseshoe Bend, and I've always heard it called the Horseshoe Bend Covered Bridge is what it was always called. These are the pylons that held it up, and recently they have put up a historic marker down here, and here's another pylon right here, and let me swing around this way, and right up there you can see the other one where the road actually came on in and everything. But what I want to do right now is read you this historic marker so you'll kind of have an idea of a little bit of Alabama history down here today. It's called the Miller Covered Bridge, 1908 to 1963. It was completed in 1908. The bridge was the first to span the Tallapoosa River between Dadeville and New Site. It was named in honor of Nora E. Miller, who owned land upon which the bridge was located. Dadeville builder W.H. Wynn and his son Will constructed the bridge at a cost of $13,896. That wasn't too bad to build a bridge like this, I don't believe. But anyway, the 5 large support pylons were formed from the trusses and ladder work. The original roof was made of wooden shingles, later replaced by tin. Instead of nails, 1,600 oak pegs held the bridge together. At 858 feet wide, it was the longest covered bridge in Alabama and one of the longest in the United States. However, heavier automobiles rendered the Miller Bridge obsolete, and in 1955, a new bridge, let me swing the camera over a little bit, made of concrete, opened alongside. But all the trucks get by, they saw I was here, so they said, well, we better get down here and check out what he might be doing. Okay, let's see. You have to overlook these allergies I'm having and coughing today. With disuse, the original structure deteriorated. After the creation of the Horseshoe Bend National Military Park in 1959, local preservationists hoped to raise enough funds to restore the old bridge as a pedestrian walkway. I'll try to swing back around on it once again so you can see it and see the water flowing down the Tallapoosa River. These hopes ended on June 23, 1963, when a large portion of the bridge collapsed into the river. The remnants of the bridge were removed soon thereafter. So anyway, just a little bit of Alabama history right there. I thought I would tell you today, and I'm going to tell you a little something else about this bridge right here when it was being built when we get back to the studio. But while we're here, let me swing right over this way and kind of show you. There's a little park right here under the Horseshoe Bend Bridge, or it may have an official name now. But as you can see, there's a place here to go fishing. You can come down here and drown a few worms someday if you have time. They have picnic tables and that you might want to. Me and Chico, when he was alive, we used to come down here every once in a while. We would eat lunch or something like that, sitting here in the shade. And we might fish a little bit, but I did want to show you some of the picnic tables. And right here they have a few little information markers. I'll show you those. I'm not going to read those right quick, but at least you can kind of see what the old bridge looked like, and it's a very pretty place down here. And I see some of the bricks or rocks are washing out from under that one now, but anyway, it may not be here much longer. You might want to come down and see it before something else does happen to it. But anyway, we'll get back to the studio and I'll finish up the video. One other little thing I almost forgot to mention while we're still here, you can see they do have a boat ramp. So if you want to bring your... Okay, now the camera keeps shutting off on me today, but I did want you to see the boat ramp right quick before we go back to the house. I'm sure it's some of the spirits down here that are messing with me. Well, all right, that was our little trip down to Horseshoe Bend today to see the old historic covered bridge down there that's not covered anymore, but at least you can see what's left of it. Anyway, we had a little bad luck with the camera down there. It kept going off, turning off. The batteries were fine. It just kept turning off today, and sometimes I think, more especially in the springtime of year, it seemed like the spirits get more active down there and come around, and they do cause electronic stuff to fail sometimes, like what we had down there today. But anyway, I still hope you enjoyed the video. A little something else I want to tell you before we leave. I have a real good friend that I went to school with all my life, and his grandfather worked on this covered bridge when they were constructing it back around the turn of the century. One day down there while he was working, there was an explosion, and as a result of this explosion down there, this gentleman lost one of his arms down there. His name was either Jim Brooks or James Brooks, or it could have been James. They just called him Jim, like people do me. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that little bit of history also that goes along with the bridge down there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Alabama adventure, Roman Rule, Alabama. And if you did, and I just want you to keep in mind that Alabama Bigfoot sightings run completely out of pocket. And if you're in a position where you can and where you would like to make a donation, that would be very much appreciated. Of course, all you have to do is go to our website, and right there on the front page, you'll find a place to where you can make that donation. Anyway, if you like this video, give us a like. Even if you didn't like it, you might as well just give us a like. You ain't got nothing else to do this afternoon. And I certainly hope that you subscribe to the channel. And with all that being said, I guess I'll be looking for you next time on the next Alabama adventure.